Hi guys, welcome to my new YouTube video. In this video, we'll be discussing about the friend class and composition and an example of composition. Here, before we have discussed what is meant by friend function clearly, right? If you have not watched that video, please I recommend you watch that video. I mean, uh, I mean, I have clearly explained what is meant by function definition and how we are going to use the function friend function. Sorry, friend function and how we are going to define and how we are going to call it. So in this video I'll be discussing only about the friend class. What is meant by friend class? That is a first question, right? So friend class definition is simple. We have to, before entering into friend class, I'll give a simple definition of what is meant by friend function. So friend function is nothing but accessing the private data members of a class with the help of friend function without using the, it is not a static member function, sorry, it is not a member function, but it can also access the uh, private data members. So that is called as friend function. But friend class is, it uses the, I mean one class is uses the whole data of another class. Okay, one class, okay, accessing the one class object, accessing the whole one class object or one class using another class. That is whatever the data present in my class, present in my class A, that can be copied to the can be used by uh, another class, for example class B by another class. So I have to simply declare like friend class of class B. So before we have used a friend and then void and a function, right? But we don't have to use all that friend class and then which class it is to friend. For example, this is, I am writing friend, this is my friend class, this is, sorry, this is my class A, for example. In that I'm writing class of B. So I hope you are understand what I'm telling. In that class I'm writing friend class of B. I mean friend, this class is friend to class A and B. That's what I'm going to tell you. That is A and B are classes, and this is a friend class of B is friend is class of A. So B is a friend class of A. So I'll be explaining it a simple example. So similarly, hash include iostream is same using namespace std. And for example, test1 is my class A. I mean test1 is my first class. For example, integer A comma B. Okay, I have to declare in public that, okay, first let's take the values. Void get cin of A and cin of B. Okay, before that, cout enter A and B values. Okay, here I am going to use here I am taking A and B values, but I want to print in my another class. So for that I have to write friend class test2. That's it, simple. I mean test2 is a class of test1. That's what this sentence indicates. So here class test2. Okay, I have to simply write print here, or for example I can add them. That's not a big deal. Void sum. Okay, here I have to pass the parameters, right? So for example test1 of t1, cout sum is a plus b. Okay, I hope you are clear. After that, this is my closing class. After that, integer main first I have to call my first function class. This is my first class, right? Test1 is my first class. So I'll be creating an object from that, test1 of t1. After that, this object I have to get the values in my object with the help of that object t1 dot get. So t1 dot get. Okay, in my t1 a and b values are present. So after that I have to call this function, right? So sum of t2, no sorry, t1. Whenever I'm calling this function, it will directly move on to here. After that, t1 values will be, this would be my t1 dot a, and this would be my t1 dot b. That's it. And closing of a function. So everything is fine. Let's check it once. So it's hash include, right? Sum of t1. Okay, sum was not declared in the scope. Where we have not declared. Okay, we have to create object, right? Test2 of t2, and then t2 dot we have to call sum. Okay, okay, I'll be printing 10 and 20, so output will be my 30. That's it. In before example, we have called function, friend function. We are writing the function outside the class, but it is friend class, right? So I mean, it is a class to one class is friend to another class. So this is friend class. So that's it. I hope you are clear with what is meant by friend function and what is meant by friend class. Okay, that's it. Let's move on to another question. Composition. Okay, composition means, okay, okay. Entering into our definition, what is meant by composition means that is one class object is defined into. I mean, for example, class A is present. That object is present in my another class. That is declaring of object in another class of one class into another class. That is declaration of one class object into another class. So such property is called as composition. And not only that, composition means we can use the object one values in our class 2. I mean, it only uses, but we cannot extend the values of that values. That is, reusability is accepted, but not extensibility. That is only reusability. I mean, whatever the values present in my class A function, that I can use in my class B function, but I cannot extend them. So only reusability, not extensibility. Extensibility. Okay, after that, my last point would be the classes uses. Okay, one class uses another class values. I mean, whatever the value present in my class A function, uh, class A, that can be used in another class of class B. So let's get in a simple example that you will get understand. So similarly, hash include IO stream input output stream. After that, using namespace std for not using every time of std colon colon. So after that, I'm using a class of, for example, test1 is my class 1. Okay, not every time class. Let's take in something like book. Okay, for example, character of author name, or else I don't have to declare anything. I have to declare in my second class, right? So I'll simply call friend class. Book is my book 2. No issues. This is my book 1 and book 2. Okay, after that, that is my simple class. After that, this is my book 2. Here integer, for example, friend function should be public. After that, integer price, and character of author name. We have to object is present in our second class, right? So first, what have here declaration of one class object into another class, but we have to declare here, right? Author name of 20, integer character or float, price, and integer pages would be fine. Okay, after that, here I'm using author. This is my book 1, right? Book 1 A or B. This is my object. B is my object of class book 1. I hope you are clear. After that, in public, I have to call function void put. In that book of book B1 would be, or whatever the data I have to print it here, right? So I'm not passing any parameters, right? I have to read it. So first I have to use with the help of get. Okay, get function cin of b dot book 1. So first I'll be reading pages, and price. So here it is fine because these are the member function. Get is a member function of this book 2 class, right? But here author, sorry, book B1, book 1 of B is an object of another class, right? So if you are using another class object with the help of a name dot B, or else not that C in, we have to use first object dot a name. So that's how we are going to read the value of author name. So after that, we have to simply print it void put cout author name, and then pages, and then price. Okay, this is my closing of my second class. In my main function, I'll be calling directly uh, the my second class. So for example, book 2 of, for example, B, or boo, and then boo dot get, and then boo dot put. This is my put. For clear understanding, I'll be writing here cout name, pages, and price of a book card. Extremely sorry, guys. Okay. Name, but I have to print it with the help of book dot name. So b dot author name, and yes, that's it. right here, see out, enter the name, pages and a price. Let's check it. So yep, so first I'm writing, for example, Alirshak is my name. Okay, have to read this to right. So scene of pages and price. So okay, we write Ali, and then my pages would be my 1000 and price would be my 295.8. So name is printed, page is printed, and price is these two are, I'm not written endl, right? So that's why it is given into a single line. So Ali is my name, pages are for example 1000, and my price is my 999.999. So name, pages and price of a book are Ali 1000 and 999.999. Yes, if you have not understand, I'll explain you in a bit. So first, this is my first class of book one, and here I've used the data member author name. Whatever the book B1 has, I've taken the author name. The author, this class object I have mentioned is my another class. Up to now, we have used the objects in main function, but here we have used that object in a second class, and from that we are going to access the data. So this is book 2 is friend 2 or a book 1 class. So class book 2, after that integer pages and float price. So I have declared the object here before the public, and then in public I am going to read the get and values of name, pages and price. So with the help of dot operator, I mean whatever the name, data member and the object, with the help of this operator b dot a name, I have read the values and then pages and price. After that input function, similarly b dot a name, author name and pages and prices are printed. First I've called directly the second class. After that, yeah, I've called the get function and then put function. So let's check one slash again. So Luffy and 100 or 1000. Yes, it is working. So I hope you are clear with this topic. What is meant by front class and what is meant by composition and example. So this is a clear example of an composition. Like we have used the object of one class data member into another class, right? So that is mean by composition. Inheritance means extensibility and usability both present, but whenever we ask what is meant by inheritance and composition, we have to simply say that inheritance means reusability and extensibility is present, but here composition is only reusability is used. And whenever we are using this front, whatever the friend class is present in first console, this is called as container class. Container. And whatever the object that we have in another class, that is called as container class. That's it. So that's it for this video, guys. If you like this, please like the button, share and subscribe. Thank you.